Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi, and this evening we will be looking at the game coming up between the Nigerian Super Eagles and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. It is the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers match day 3 in our group, where after 2 games against Lesotho and Zimbabwe, we have 2 points, and this is a must-win game. And I have Adeni Yajishafe this evening who will be looking at this particular game together, where somebody say I should not use a must-win, but for me, in my own perspective, in my own opinion, it is a must-win game for the Super Eagles if we want to be in Canada, Mexico, and USA 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Okay, thanks for having me. First of all, I think it's a make or match, because it's either you win or you lose or you draw. So if the person say is a must, if you say it's a must win because we are standing tall, that's not the end of the game. It's a marathon of matches to be played. And if the other person says, okay, it's not a must win, it depends on how you lay your bet. That's how you lie on it. If Super Eagles are prepared, I saw one of their players, tinubu, saying he would be disappointed if Eagles did not win. And I asked the question that you'll be disappointed. Why don't you say, okay, we just have to play well to defeat South Africa? Now, to cut to what you were saying, today is the day. You can't run, you can't hide. You have to play that game tonight at 8 p.m. Nest of Champions, Akpabio Stadium. Eagles need to win this game. Why? To send signals to other African nations that by coming second at AFCON wasn't the fluke, 1. 2, all of them did well in Europe in their previous respective clubs. Boniface, Ademola Lookman, Iheanacho Ndidi, Oyedika, all of them did well by either winning the league, coming second, one medal or the other, one trophy or the other. They were able to. The one that qualified to Premier League, that's Leicester.
Yes,
so all of them,
Joe Aribo, though he's not.
All of them did well in Europe, so they should come back home now, transfer those activities of their high performance in Europe to play this game by winning and beating South Africa mercilessly. Why? Because if you are able to win well, not just scoring 1 goal, because lately Eagles have been very stingy with
scoring goals.
They need to score goals the way we used to have 4-1, 3-1, or 3-5, so that, you know, this is more mathematical. Now, just yesterday that Benin Republic defeated Rwanda, they've been able to jump up.
Yes, of course, they top the group now.
You understand?
Nigeria is
now,
fourth.
If I'm using if now, if it remains like that, they will be there for the next Tuesday before they play another match. So it's very mathematical, calculating it statistically. So we need to win, and if you win huge, that is, the more goal you score, you have the advantage of having the goal difference higher than others. Even when you finish on the same level, they can use the goal difference to push you forward.
Yes, of course.
To qualify. So we need to win more goals. Igbo needs to have the mentality of scoring more. Don't be stingy. I don't know where, maybe they want to go and use the goal elsewhere. Play well, score more goals, silence this Bafana guy. Let them know. You know, I saw the coach saying they are no longer afraid of any team in Africa. Let them know it's not about talking. It's about playing. Go out there, Akpabio Stadium, defeat them either 3-0, let them take that 3-0 home, and they'll be expecting us to come. Then we'll also batter them at home. Eagles can do this. All this mentality of coming home and just play, let's just manage to win. It's affecting Nigeria. This is one of the sports that sport unites us. But you see, anytime Super Eagles are playing, there is a way Nigerians feel. In fact, you feel some goosebumps when they are doing so well. You feel like as a Nigerian. So they should do this by winning, silence South Africa, beat them, send that fear factor to all the other teams, and get to the pinnacle of the table. And then from there, if they win today, if they win this match tonight, it will boost them against by the time they want to face Benin Republic. Who say they can't beat Benin Republic in Cote d'Ivoire? They can.
There.
If they win well tonight by beating them silly, Benin Republic will be afraid that it be like these people don't come. You know, they will not know when they will be speaking French PG. But seriously, we need to win this game.
Yes, seriously, we need to win this game. Now, let's look at the team that has been invited. We know we'll miss the services of Victor Osimhen. William Strauss Ekong is not there. The best reason known to the coach. He himself said he's fit, but the coach didn't invite him. We don't have a lineup. We don't have Kenneth Omero, and we believe the players that have been invited, and we also have home-based players, but three of them in there. The Enyimba goalkeeper Ojo Olonreleke, we have Ismaila Sadiq of Remo Stars, and we have Igbokwe, who was invited from Enugu Rangers to replace Victor Osimhen. Now, on paper, 15 games between these two teams, 8 wins for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, 2 wins for South Africa, and the other ended in a draw. We cannot forget in a hurry, 2017, right there in Uyo, we were stopped for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations in Gabon. In this game tonight, like you mentioned, Hugo Bruce is saying they are not afraid of any team in Africa. I know why he's saying, maybe why he's saying that he has stayed on the continent of Africa. He has coached a lot of teams on the continent, the likes of Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. He was there with them. Do you think his experience will come into play against a Finidi George that is just tasting, let me say, this stage of his coaching career?
Okay, let me correct an impression there. Let's put the issue of Finidi. Just start. This is his first competitive match for Eagles. But remember, Finidi George played the AFCON. He even won it in 1994. So the experience is there as a player. All he needs to do is to instill that winning mentality to these lads. Oh, I did this. That's why it's always, now, this set of Eagles can look up to Finidi. They've heard his history. He was there. Either club side with Ajax, either Super Eagles as a player. He won it with Super Eagles in 1994. He can tell them, we did all this to win it that time. So, it's not as if he's just coming to tell them, oh, just do it. I won it. You can also do it. I went to the World Cup in 1994. In fact, we were rated the 5th best team. So be rated the 5th best team. That shows they really did well. Finidi was there. So they will look up to him with that respect, that mentality. It's not about Hugo Bruce as coach the whole Africa. It's about what do you have
to offer.
The South African players, the Nigerian players, how will they face themselves? It's a different ball game, like the late Maradona said. Your coach can tell you, do this, do this, do this. By the time they get on the pitch, when the referee blew the whistle, the whole thing will change. You understand? The ball will determine it. So if you see them going onto the pitch, forget about the experience of Hugo. If Hugo Bruce should tell them play like, by the time they start and Nigeria begins to change the pattern, all the things they were taught, they will forget it. Because Maradona said the way the ball rolls will be different from what the coach teaches you. Haven't you seen how many times where a coach will be gesticulating with their hands, do this, do this. The player will just think, let's just play this game. And it will happen that way. So from the way it is, either paper, either leaf or stone, all Eagles need to do is to go out there, prove to Nigerians that gone are those days where they are called super chicken. Prove to Nigerians that we have come to stay by doing well. AFCON, we fought hard against all odds when no one actually believed in us to get into the second position. But this time around, we will try our best to beat South Africa. We know Hugo Bruce is playing psychological game by saying they are no longer afraid of any team in Africa. But believe you me sincerely, the fear factor is still there. No matter how he says that they are no longer afraid of any team in Africa, they are still afraid that we are playing Nigeria. And what I expect Eagles to do tonight is to drop any issue of forget about revenge, forget about the past record. Go out there, play your football. All the way you did well in Europe, come together as a team. Osimhen there or not, go out there. Whoever is giving a call up, go and do the business. You understand? So tonight, they should drop Hugo Bruce talk. They should drop paper. They should drop leaf. They should go out there and do the business of winning this game convincingly, not just winning by 1-0. It's not safe.
Okay.
If you want to win big. Beat them 2-0. I expect 2-0 or 3-0. Then let them go home. Who says you cannot score 4 goals? All the goals they were scoring in Europe, we want to see it tonight.
Okay.
All the performances, what they did in Europe, let's see them too.
Now, let's look at some of the players that have been invited for this game. Let's look at the goalkeeping department. We don't have any worries as it stands right now because we have, let's say, we have one of the best goalkeeper on the continent of Africa as it stands after the Nations Cup, Sterling Nwambali there. And we have Maduka Okoye, who actually, we know the circumstances, how he left the Super Eagles, but he was able to at least come back, build on that, and we saw what he did with Udinese at the just concluded season in Italian Serie A. We have Oduolorun Leke, who is with Enyimba. For tonight, I know maybe probably we might have Sterling Nwambali in goal instead of Maduka Okoye or Ojo. But if we want to look at the defense line, I mentioned Williams Truss Ekong is not there. We have Kevin Bassey in town. What kind of lineup, who do you think Coach Finidi judge from the players he has right now? Who should start before we look at the front line? Because we have the deadliest striker in Europe in there, Victor Boniface, Kelechi Iheanacho, Ademola Lookman, Europa League hero is there. And I believe he's going to unleash these three I just mentioned. But for the defense line, that is where my worry lies.
Well, I don't think you should have any worries. You know why? You are not the coach. We are just, okay. No matter how you worry yourself, you are not even in Uyo now, you are in Abuja.
Yes, of course.
So why worry yourself? Let the Eagles, are they not Eagles?
They are.
Let them do the business.
And fly.
Come on, man. That's what they are known for. This is what you are known for now.
Of course.
You are doing yours. Let them do theirs. First of all, like I said earlier, Finidi George has been there. He was there as a player. He conquered Africa. He went to US 94. He was able to do well, despite the fact that we could not get to where we wanted to get to. But now, putting that to any player is giving that chance to go and play tonight. They should see it as what? It is a privilege that you are even called. It is not your right. And do you know that if not that our football artistry dropped? Do you know that there was a time we don't even know who to play? Why?
Yeah,
star-studded team. Star-studded.
Home base.
Foreign base, home base, anybody West Ham turn to is you. Is another fire coming up. Anybody Bonfrejo turns to is you, that is another fire coming up. It's just because our football dropped and then we begin to get afraid because Ekong is not there, Omero is not there, Olaino is not there. Do you know, let me actually bust your bubble. When Nigeria was really strong enough, do you know that with all due respect to these players, with all due respect to them, none of them can stand the US 94 set. None of them now.
As a stand, no.
None of the Eagles that we have now can stand US 94
even
set.
that of Atlanta 1996.
Even 1996. Let's even say it's on that 23. They garnish it with some experienced players like Amokachi and all that, Amunike. But that 1994 set, can you mention one player that can bench the 1994 set in this current Eagles? No. That is why we are afraid. Because we know that to some extent, our football prowess dropped. Our football fear factor dropped. Gone are those days when Nigeria wants to play you. The fear of seeing Rashidi Yekini, the fear of seeing Uche Okechukwu, the fear of seeing Benedict Iroha or Mutiwa Adepoju is enough for you to get G3. The fear that, JJ Okocha is at the middle of the park, you'll be afraid. Or Kanu Nwankwo, or Amuneke, or Finidi, or a lot of them that you cannot even mention. Uche Okafor. You look at these names alone, you'll be like, where did they get these players from? Are they from this planet? Is it the
flying Peter Rufai?
Is it the Amokachi? Can you stop him? So do we have such players now? So our football prowess dropped. So we are now left with, we have to manage. You know, your best now, our best is like our lowest then. Our best now is like our lowest then.
Yes, of course.
Those on the bench are even stronger. So now we are just trying to make do with what we have. So that's why you're having that fear. Ekong is not there. I know it's not there. Okay, now we have Bassey. Fashemi Ajayi is there, right? We have Bright Osayi Samuel. Yes, we have Oyedika. Let them go there and show to us why they are called. Is that not why they call them? Why did they call you? Are you a footballer? So they are footballers. And they are always saying they are happy to be given that color because they know how many Nigerian players are in Europe. Do you know how many Nigerian players that play in Europe that the NFF radar is not on and they are doing so well, better than these players, but because they were not discovered or they are not given the chance? Are you telling me there are no striker? There are so many strikers or midfielder or defender or goalkeeper in Europe Even in Nigeria, they are better than these guys. But because they were not called, doesn't mean they are not good. So if you are given the privilege to play for Nigeria now, go out there and don't give us any high blood pressure. Go there and do the business. After all, you say you're a professional. Wear that color, make us proud. Believe you me, you are not the best. You are just privileged to be given that chance. So either Calvin Bassey tonight, either Fashemi Ajayi tonight, Bright Osai Samuel tonight, Oyedika tonight, Yana Cho, Wilfred Ndidi, Ademola Lookman, Victor Boniface, whoever is giving the nod, the starting 11, let the starting 11 and those on the bench equal to the task. If they call you, go in. As a substitute, you are also a firepower, just like 1994 said, and they should do the business. So about the coach, about who he will pick, he knows his team already. I can't pick for him. Whoever he released there, we go with them.
Okay, whoever he released there, we'll go with them. That game is set for 8 p.m. tonight. Let's quickly look at this story where Akwa Ibom state government, as it stands, like I said on this show, I know this will definitely come up, has thrown the gate open for Super Eagles game. That game will be coming up by 8 p.m. And all of the fans in Uyo, wherever you are in Calabar, in that region, you have the opportunity to go to that stadium and support the Super Eagles, because Akwa Ibom state government right now has taken up the responsibility by throwing the gate open for fans to troop in. And you know, whenever you go to South Africa, you see the crowd that comes to their stadium. We want to have the same thing. We want to deaf the ears of the Bafana players. And let's leave that story quickly. Before we go on the show, we'll still look at that, and possibly maybe we'll just take the prediction from Adini Ajishafe, the good scoreline for that game. Let's go straight to Zurich. That's FIFA headquarters, where all clubs that will participate at the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 will earn 50 million euro appearance fee. Quickly, this is a good news, but somehow Nigerian club is not there. All of the club, all of the club going, we have the likes of Al Ahly from Mamelodi Sundowns going there. 50 million euros will be given them for appearance fee, and the finals wins 100 million euro.
Well, the way I would take it from a different angle, this is where NFL should begin to see how our football, like I was saying in our morning show, that how come we conquer Africa when it comes to national team, and when it comes to club football, we are always found wanting. I'm talking about women football now. Now, these clubs are going to be earning 50 million euro. The whole Nigerian league, is it up to 50 million euro?
No.
You see that? So why don't NFF sit down? We also can make business from this. What can we do to get the best for our clubs? Number one, our calendar. Does it always go well? When anybody is wrapping up, are we wrapping up at the same time?
No.
Do we always meet up? Why can't we work on making sure our league goes with the calendar of other nations, so that our players can also rest and prepare for next season? What about funding? Why don't you allow private companies to own more clubs in Nigeria, so that you sanitize the environment, because everybody wants to make sure they do the right thing. They don't want to waste their money.
Yes, of course.
Number three, you try to see how do you make this league glamorous enough for them to have what it takes to compete against the best of the best in Africa. The way we are seeing football in Nigeria is supposed to be different. We're supposed to see it as business. We are still seeing as if we could just get club, we just get league. No. If Tanzania, if Rwanda of this world, Somalia, Sudan are making their league glamorous enough to be shown on TV, why is our own different? Why is it different? Why can't we just do things right? Are you telling me that Sudan or Somalia are better than us?
No.
About administration? No. We just have to change our mentality. We just have to drop mentality of corruption and do the right thing. Favoritism and lack of not paying attention to the right thing to do. If we do well, we're supposed to be among the clubs
that will be representing
that will
Africa.
get this kind of large chunk of money. 50 million euros should come into our league. Do you know what it will do? So, what is NFF doing? Setting up all this MPFA, NWFA, what are they doing to see that things just go right? It's not all about fun. It's about planning well, that they can make it. Do we have anything that can beat Al Ahly now?
I don't think so. I don't think so. 50 million euros for the clubs that will appear at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, expanded one. 32 teams will be playing in that competition, and it's going to be played like the World Cup format. We also have the World Cup expanded to 48 teams. But let's see how that goes. Maybe from the next edition, we might just have a Nigerian club representing the continent of Africa. And for the women's own, also they will have theirs in January 2026. And we are expecting maybe the likes of Rivers Angels and Co, Bayelsa Queens or Edo Queens to represent the continent of Africa. But let's see how that goes. Let's go straight to some fixtures that will be coming up tonight in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. We already talked about Nigeria, who their game is lined up for 8 p.m. tonight. We have other games: Angola against Eswatini, Morocco will take on Zambia, Cote d'Ivoire will take on Gabon, Botswana play Uganda, and then Madagascar against Comoros. We know that Nigeria game is 8 p.m. and these games are also coming up. Let's quickly run over some transfer story this evening. We'll just take 3 of them. Let's start with Chelsea. Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku a move to Saudi Pro League. This guy actually wants to play at least where the money is right now, the Middle East. Also, he's looking at going to AC Milan or probably maybe Napoli, who have just appointed Antonio Conte as their new coach. And then Manchester United tables 60 million euro bid for lead defender Lenny Yoro. Man U is also trying to do well in the market, getting some players. And the last one was, so look at Chelsea. They are ready to rival Manchester United for Crystal Palace winger Michael Olise. All right. Before we go on the show this evening, you mentioned 3-0. You mentioned that the Super Eagles should beat these guys.
They should beat them silly or mercilessly. Win. Don't concede any. If we actually concede the goal now, it's going to go against us. We don't need that. So we need to win outrightly. Play them, beat them 2-0 or 3-0. Then you can now, that will transfer you against Benin Republic. Okay, that winning mentality is there. Even Benin Republic, they will be G3 that these guys have arrived. But if we concede a goal by playing 2-1 or 3-1, it's an advantage for them, because they will be, even though we beat them, they can still use that one goal they scored later, because mathematically the goal difference you still count.
Of course.
So beat them 3-0. If you want to beat them 3-0, if you want to beat them 2-0, beat them 2-0. If I would rather prefer we win 1-0 than playing 2-1.
Okay, rather prefer to win 1-0 than playing 2. All right, yes. That is where we'll be leaving it on the show. Let's not forget, 10 teams, the top teams from the 10 groups will qualify automatically, and the second position will go for the playoffs, which is a very huge one again in that. All right, we wish the Super Eagles well this evening as they will be taking on the Bafana South Africa by 8 p.m. All right, that is it on the show. Adini, thanks for joining me this evening. You've said it all. Super Eagles, make sure you win more than one goal.
Of course, they need to win outrightly. Just make us smile and happy, and just chant Super Eagles, they can fly, not Super Chicken.
Okay, Super Eagles can fly. All right, that is it on the program. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Say thanks for watching.